Good afternoon. Well, I figured I'd do a quick Independence Day video. And it's pretty tough, it's pretty tough for me to do one, as I look around it. I mean, TSA rammed down our throats. We're now all domestic terrorists, and police have a free pass just to do whatever. I mean, they can come into your house. They don't even need a reason. Uh, They can just say, oh, well, we thought you probably had a meth lab in your house. We probably thought whatever. If you have any problems with that, you can just take it up later. Later, after you can take it up in court if you're still alive. I mean, if we haven't killed you or beaten you to death, then you'll be able to assert your rights in court later, which we'll promptly ignore, right? And I watched a couple other videos this morning, and one guy was talking about the TSA and all this. And that alone is just depressing enough, isn't it? I mean, I figured when they started talking about all this TSA and you gotta, bring your wife and kids through to scanners or strip search and the cancer scanners. And by the way, these TSA agents, I was just reading, these TSA screener operators, I mean, the rates of cancer are shooting straight up for them. Super high rates. But that doesn't matter, I figured people would revolt, at least revolt on a level to say, I'm not going to subject my family and all this, my wife and my kids to all this stuff, much less yourself. I wouldn't even allow them to strip my dogs at the airport. But people just bring their family through, Americans. But everything will be okay later, though, right? As long as you own some gold coins and silver, all is well. We figured it all out. You just buy some gold and silver, and that's your key to through everything that's coming. I mean, that's a good thing to do. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you own gold, silver, and all that, but I mean, I don't think a lot of these people that own gold and silver have considered what might come later. I mean, people think that they're just owning this gold and silver now, and then things will get bad, but then they'll just be able to trade gold and silver for all kinds of stuff at a rate of about like $400, for an ounce of silver or whatever. Really? I don't really believe it. I mean, the good thing about gold and silver is it's a store of value. Sure it is. I mean, it always has been. It's always been worth something. But now people have, gold and silver channels uploaded where they're telling people, oh, yeah, you buy this gold here and silver, and then silver here in a real short while, it's going to be worth $200. Well, what does that matter when the currency is defaulted? Is what we're facing. But everybody's too sidetracked. I know somebody was commenting on my video yesterday, says he can't watch my videos anymore. Well, gee, I'm sorry. I guess that, I was supposed to be something that they thought I was, that he's mad because I don't think Ron Paul is a answer to anything. I mean, my opinion about these politicians and each and every one of them is that they're all guilty of treason as it stands right now. All of them, and everybody you see on TV that prop these guys up. I mean, nobody can tell me that Ron Paul, if we know what happened on 9/11, he knows. So why doesn't he bring that up? Why haven't, I mean, what does it take really in our government to be able to open up an investigation just of your own? Ron Paul, he's a multimillionaire. Why didn't he go hire a team of attorneys? I mean, a team of freaking investigators and put forward a case that this was obviously not done, but it doesn't do it. Well, elect me, and then we'll do some things. But heck, he's been there for decades while all this stuff has been going on. And sure, he spoke out against it, but what did anybody really ever do about it? And somebody like Charlie Veach, people are people are mad and, say, oh, this Charlie Beach thing, oh, this is terrible. And I did a video about it yesterday. But what if I suddenly change my opinion on things like this? And people have been watching videos forever, and suddenly I change my opinion, overnight, and say, "Oh, well, yeah, I think we could change this from within the system." And I think Ron Paul, he's great. I think he'll do it as long as we put them in there in another 16, 15 months or whatever. If we make it that far, which I highly doubt, then everything's fixed. I mean, that's the reason I started doing videos on YouTube way back. It was when Paulson was sitting up there saying that tanks are going to be rolling through the streets if I don't get my free checks to fix this problem, which they all created in the first place. So, hey, sorry if somebody's watching videos and they think I'm supposed to be saying something and I'm supposed to be like cheerleading for the political system and all this. But I mean, people are. It's going back to that gold and silver thing real quick. People are one way or another. A lot of people are just convinced that everything's going to be okay somehow. Whether it be like religious people or financial people or political people, everybody thinks that there's like kind of an answer out there just ahead of us, right? I mean, oh yeah, well we may have some trouble here, but you got your gold and silver. That's fine. You just, did a prayer a couple times and you're saved, or the political system. Oh, well, they got a cure for that. See, all they're going to do, they'll roll everything over now. And then, they roll these worthless bonds and then that'll pay off here. See, it's like, what are you even talking about? The country, the big story for 2 months has been Greece, who has $100 billion budget problem. I mean, we got a 600 trillion to 1.2 trillion, 1.2 quadrillion problem. But Greece is the thing, and then they're fixed now, which, by the way, Greece already defaulted on their first payment this month, right after they got bailed out. They're already defaulted again. And people, I figured with TSA, I figured people would see that and say, oh, hell no, I'm not subjecting my family to that. But have airline, have flights decreased? Not at all. No, everybody, as a matter of fact, people, I heard this thing the other day where people are, oh, well, I bring my family through here because I'm brave to do it. And I'm doing my part to fight terrorism here. It's like, you got to be kidding me. You're you know nothing. You're subjecting your family, first of all, to what? Strip searches? And your family's not carrying bombs, but you allow it to happen because you're a good patriot then. And going through full body scanners, which any moron, I mean, people were saying that before they installed these things. So those things cause cancer, obviously. It's like 100 times worse than an x-ray. And what do they do for an x-ray? They drape freaking lead all over you anywhere that doesn't need to be x-rayed, a broken arm or something. Rest of you is covered with lead. There's people going back and forth through airport scanners. I mean, I know people who fly and they get it 3-4 times a week. But that's okay because a government official told me so. And the only thing that's going to change in this country is when people in D.C. and on Wall Street are getting dragged out into the streets to gallows. Then people might wake up and say, oh, we're just an observer sports society here anyway, here in this country. We're just watching as other countries are rioting. We're sitting back, oh, check that out. That's getting pretty bad over there. Meanwhile here, hop off some fireworks, which, by the way, are illegal here now. They even took away fireworks like 3 years ago here because there was a drought, so we can't have fireworks. But did they ever put that back? Hell no. Of course not. No, fireworks are just completely illegal now. We don't have a drought anymore. Matter of fact, we got, got the opposite of a drought. We got flooding and rain every day. Ridiculous. So anyway, if people are celebrating Independence Day today for independence while the police state of the USA is in full swing, anyway, yeah, have fun. have fun doing that. And thanks for listening to a little rant for today or whatever. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Thanks.